We shall create an identity-based project from scratch. Although Visual Studio provides us scaffolding for all the various modules, but personally I find all that very difficult to integrate with my own projects and my own CSS files. That's the motivation for starting from scratch. It will be a series of tutorials, and in this first tutorial I shall add NuGet packages followed by an identity DB context and finally run a migration to create the database on my local SQL server. Start by creating a simple ASP.NET Core project consisting of just one page called index. This page displays a welcome message, and this is almost a blank application, and we shall build identity based authentication from ground zero. Next, use the menu View SQL Server Object Explorer to open the SQL Server Object Explorer. Locate the MS SQL Local DB instance and right click to obtain the context menu. Click Properties and open the properties of this instance. Find the entry for connection string and copy the connection string to clipboard. Come to the Solution Explorer and open the App Settings Development JSON file. Add a section called Connection Strings and give any name to your connection string such as myConString and set its value by pasting the string that you copied in the previous step. Notice that I have set the property initial instance to myAuthDB, so this shall be the name of my database. We have added the connection string to this JSON file so that we do not have to hard code it anywhere in our code. This will be picked during development environment, and for production, the connection string can be saved as an environment variable on the server machine. Open the Package Manager console and type the following command to add the NuGet package for Entity Framework Core. Hit enter and allow it to complete successfully. Repeat the same installation for SQL Server, ASP.NET Core UI and for the EF Core tools. The purpose of adding SQL Server is to add support for SQL Server so that we can easily see the tables and data in Visual Studio. We have added identity so that we can add support for Identity API in our project. The purpose of adding EF Core tools is to add support for database migrations. Open the Solution Explorer and add a folder called Data and then add a class called myAuthContext to this folder. The code for this class is shown here. First, we obtain iConfiguration through the constructor-based dependency injection. See the chapter on database connectivity for details of the repository pattern and dependency injection. I have covered most of it in detail there. The onConfiguring method is used to set SQL Server as our database. We have used iConfiguration for reading the connection string from the app settings JSON file. This string is stored in app settings development file during development. The same string can, however, be stored in environment variables when the application is run in a production scenario. A table of name ASP.NET users is specified in the onModel creating override. Lastly, a dbset property has been added for accessing this table. Come to the Solution Explorer and open the program.cs file now so that we can add some configuration to it. Add myAuthContext to the services container, and this is sufficient for this tutorial. We will keep adding more to this file in later tutorials. Open the Package Manager console and type add migration command for creating the database and all the necessary tables now. And please refer the chapter on migrations where we have covered the whole concept in greater detail. Hit enter and allow it to complete. If everything goes fine, then a migrations folder will appear in the Solution Explorer. Nothing needs to be done with this. Let it stay here. Again, open Package Manager console to execute this migration. Type the command update database. Hit enter and allow it to complete. This will create the database and its tables. Next, let us verify the successful completion. Open SQL Server Object Explorer and refresh it. If everything went fine, then the database myAuthDB will appear as visible. This completes the initial step. Repeat these steps on your own machine yourself also. Test it so that you get comfort level. You can even download the project from the attached downloads. The project is completed till this stage in the downloads. You can download it and check it also. Thanks, we'll close it right now and meet in the next tutorial.